Ex-wives, women who are no longer married. Having been married 3 times, Jayne Fonda could be Hollywood's perennial ex-wife. Changing husbands as often as some people change clothes, Jayne is one of Hollywood's most controversial stars, and many of her most fascinating roles have been played off-screen. As an exercise guru and political activist, it's easy to see why the men love Jayne.
You're so vain.
Oh, no.
I bet you think this song is about you.
Oh no, Jayne.
You're so vain.
I bet you think this song is about you. Don't you, don't you, don't you.
Solidifying her star status in the office politics comedy 9 to 5 with Lily Tomlin and Dolly Parton, Jayne's character was re-entering the workforce after a divorce had devastated both her finances and self-confidence. Having already been married and divorced once, and married again by the time the film began shooting, Jayne slipped into the role of the divorced wife quite easily.
Driving so fast.
Look, I've got a great idea. They can't do an autopsy without a body.
I told you, she's flipped. She has just absolutely flipped.
Where is the body?
In the trunk. Look, all we've got to do is get some cement blocks, chain him to his feet, and pitch him off the end of the pier. No one will ever know.
A keen feminist
really
now, Jayne has said that despite her Oscar-winning success in the movies, money and fame, she took the back seat in all 3 of her marriages and regretted it.
Behind the closed doors of my marriages, I would give up my power in order to please the man I was with. I would silence my own voice in order to be acceptable to my man. It took me 60 years to realize that although I was a feminist in my head, that I didn't embody feminism because my whole life was about pleasing men.
Jayne's first husband was French film director Roger Vadim, who had been married to Brigitte Bardot. He attempted to turn Jayne into a Bardot-esque sex symbol in 1968's Barbarella. The couple had a daughter, Vanessa, and divorced after 7 years together. Her second marriage to would-be radical politician Tom Hayden proved a failure, unlike her career, which went from strength to strength, and they divorced in 1990. Jayne's third husband was billionaire media mogul Ted Turner. After 10 years of marriage, the couple announced they were divorcing, with media reports speculating that Jayne blamed Ted for neglecting her in favour of his business interests, and that Ted was against Jayne's religious conversion. While this Oscar winner's career spans several decades, she's rejected many scripts since she left the bright lights of Hollywood behind in 1991. But with Monster-in-Law, she found the material compelling enough to re-enter the acting game.
Rid me of my negative karma.
For her role as the mother-in-law from hell, Jayne reflected upon her own personal experiences, and it was Ted's personality that she drew on to create the character.
Ted Turner, actually. I spent, a good wonderful 10 years with him, and he's a very over-the-top kind of flamboyant, outrageous character that's also lovable, and so I kind of learned, watching and being with him, what that might look like. So he kind of inspired me. He's not a monster, but he inspired me in kind of being outrageous.
The screen legend has served as an activist for various political causes, with the most notable being her opposition to the Vietnam War, and strives for the simple things in life.
Be my daughter-in-law. Achieve peace. Like to help achieve peace and a little bit of equity in the world, and help raise my grandchildren to be the best people they can, and I'd like to make a few more kick-ass movies.
One of Hollywood's most complex superstars, this 3-time ex-wife has provided an iconic image for each decade since the 60s. And she willingly tells all in her memoir, My Life So Far, including private details about her 3 famous husbands and their lives together.